DB and retrieve metadata. So save as, connect to DB and retrieve metadata. So this is information about the database, not specifically the data. So for this purpose, I'm going to simply get rid of all these statements that I've written here down here, like the whole if-else block. Everything goes away. Make sure you change your class name to match the current file name. And I'm down here, con equals to driver manager dot connection. Now I create an instance of database metadata class. And I use this to get the metadata about my database, which is the information about the database. So we're going to do this example in steps. So this is the first thing I want to display about this database. System.out.println database URL. And simply gives you the URL that we created earlier. That's the URL that we created. Now, if you are connected via username and password, you can actually also say, okay, give me the database username. In our case, there is no user, but still, just for the sake of learning, because you may need something like this when you're connecting on IBMI, the name of the user, and it'll of course come out nothing because we do not have any username through which we are connected to the database. Then you can also display the database product name. So metadata dot get database product name. And it comes back and tells you that the product name is you can access for AccessDB using HASQLDB. So that's the name of the product that we are using. Similarly, as I can retrieve my product name, let me try to retrieve my product version. So a lot of the time, this kind of information, you want to give it to the user on a splash, or, if you're building a database interface in Java, which would allow other users to interact with Java, you can give them this information there. Similar to that, you can also retrieve other information such as JDBC driver information. So let's say, okay, database JDBC driver info, say driver name dot get driver name. And when you run this, it will give you the name of the driver. The driver that we are using is you can access. Okay. Similarly, you can say I want the driver version. So you can have driver version too. So we have 3.0.6. You can have major version, minor version, all of that stuff. So let's try to show that. Driver major version, driver minor version. Dot get driver major version, driver minor version. So the driver is 3.0.6 and the major is 0 and minor is 0 for this particular one. Then we can also display the maximum number of connections you can have. So maximum number of connections and that will tell you how many connections you have maximum right now. Max table length, table name length, max table name length. So all of these are some of the properties, and then once you are done, you can close the connection.